I'm going to give you, this is Mr. O'Leary, I'm giving you a little insight as to how the simulation is going. I'm currently interviewing the diplomat from Russia about this crisis in the Crimea. Do you believe in peace? Are you committed to resolving this international conflict? What are you committed to doing? So I have part of this enhancement to the simulation is I am bringing in some of the different participants and interviewing them, and then these will become part of our media releases. So I'm interviewing right now Noah, who is the diplomat from Russia, and the different people are in different conference rooms. Some of the conference rooms are public, some of the conference rooms are private. I have an interview studio where I'm interviewing different users. At any time, we can go in and take a look at the different diplomats, and we can see them, and they each have hidden agendas that give them a little bit of an insight as to what their involvement is with the crisis. They can also rate each other if they believe that the people are being creative or knowledgeable or they're acting in the country's interests moving forward. So I'm interviewing Noah, and then we'll be doing that. At any time, we can see who's in the different rooms, etc. I'll be interviewing President Cooper from the United States next about this crisis. Before the simulation began, the different players were able to get information about the crisis, as well as to do a pre-simulation trainer or quiz where they could learn a little something about the different terms or whatnot involved in it, and then they can quiz themselves so that they know different things about the crisis, as well as just familiarizing themselves with it. And in addition, they were able to look at some of the different economic, military, oops, I went to the wrong place. Oh no, these are some of the economic and military things that a country can do, and they familiarize themselves with those things. It gives information here, and then they can select proclamation of support, etc. And then the other thing that we added for this simulation was the thinking through the crisis. And what that means is, whoops. What that means is that they can go and look at, say they're representing the country of Russia. They can then say, which of our national interests does this crisis involve? It gives a crisis scenario here. And then they can say, you know, this is something where we're preventing military threats to our country, etc. Gives a little description of what those things are. And then they can look at potential outcomes and evaluate whether those outcomes are positive for them or negative, etc. So these are a variety of the different outcomes that might come out of this simulation. And the theory is that based on what the outcomes are, they will be able to get scored. So for instance, if this is a strongly positive outcome for Russia, then they'll get points if they accomplish that. But this gets them to evaluate what some of the scenarios will be. And then over here, they can go and learn a little bit about these different items. And these are all from the trainer that we just looked at. So let me go back to my interview with the Russian president and the answer to a very tough question, which is, do you believe in peace? Throughout the simulation, the different players can take action on this action log. And then I'm serving as not just a media specialist, but I'm also the referee of sorts. And so as people are taking actions, most of the actions will result in other reactions from the different players. But if there's a situation where, let's say somebody takes an action and we need to see whether it's successful, me or the referee will go through and say that. So for instance, let's say somebody takes a economic action, they'll describe their action here. It can be an action that everybody can see, or it can be an action that only teammates or only specific people can see. They can specify that, and then it will only show up for those people.